I'm talking about guidances today with respect to project portfolio management. I'm focusing on the guidances from OGC, which is a body that hails from the Cabinet Office of England. They have a framework of guidances with respect to project portfolio management, which kind of covers a 360-degree view to all the aspects that we need in our project portfolio management. So that's what I'm focusing on today. Let's get started. So, all of us know about Prince 2. This is a guidance that talks about what needs to be done in a project from a project manager's view primarily. So, what a good project looks like, what needs to be paid attention on to ensure a high probability of successful delivery of a project, what comes after what can be the workflow and how much to tailor. So it is a good framework to guide you towards what needs to be done in project delivery. After Prince 2 comes MSP, which is about how to manage successful programs, what good program management should focus on, what would ensure that we are delivering a program in a controlled manner. So all of these guidances have certifications at two levels, which is foundation and practitioner. So after program comes portfolio, right? So portfolio is a governance body, a center of excellence that enables decision making to the senior leadership team with respect to change initiatives. So what a portfolio management team should focus on, and how to ensure that good and effective and efficient portfolio management is ensured in an organization. This is what MOP talks about. Again, foundation and practitioner level certifications. Now there are certain aspects that runs across all these three are that talks about something that covers three levels at project, program, and portfolio level. One of them is risk management. So MOR is a certification, again both at foundation and practitioner level, and this guidance talks about what is the life cycle, what should be the guidances, what are the roles and responsibilities with respect to management of risk. Okay. Similarly exists the management of value. So how to ensure that we extract the maximum value from the change initiative that we are running, right? Then comes P3O. This talks about the models that can be attained in an organization with respect to the portfolio, program, and project offices. Project office and program office are helping hands to the project manager and program manager, while portfolio office is more of a decision making body. We have and a governance body and a center of excellence. So there are two terms that you'll hear, and they are slightly different. One is portfolio management office and the other is portfolio office. While portfolio management office is around center of excellence, the portfolio office is around the reporting and all the administrative work that portfolio management team would be doing. Again, at foundation and practitioner level certifications. The last one is ITIL, and this is more about service management rather than change management. So this has a pretty extensive certification model to it, and there are many models within that, and there are various levels of certifications within that. So it's I'd say the rest of it is primarily around change initiatives of an organization, while ITIL is towards the service industry, which is about the change initiatives which have been transitioned, which are running as business as usual, that the operations team are delivering in their day-to-day deliveries, and they are the permanent organizations within the company, and they believe in continual improvement. So these are different aspect of an organization. So any body, when they have some money at the start of a financial year, in layman's language may I say, so they distribute their money in two directions. One is making in the service industry, where the existing services and the existing products are running, and we are maintaining them and all, and that aspect of the world, while change initiatives are again towards anything new that we want to introduce, or changes that we want to introduce into our operations, right? So the next topic that I want to cover is around models. So there are two models that I am focusing on today. One is P3M3 and the other is P2MM. So these models actually help the organization to decide at what maturity level are we, and then after evaluating your current maturity model, this should be used to determine how do we reach to the next maturity model. So this gives a direction. Sometimes we feel we are doing a lot in improvements. However, if you look at these maturity models, you would realize that, oh, actually we are in maturity model 1 from the last 3 years, right? So the first model is about P3M3, which is about portfolio program and project management maturity model. So how are we in, where do we stand in the management of the portfolio of projects? The other model is the Prince to maturity model, which is primarily on how are we in the maturity model of delivering projects, right? The last aspect that I would like to quickly touch upon is the two prevailing guidances with respect to project management. One is Prince 2, which is projects in controlled environment, and PMP, project management professional. So quite often we have this notion that Prince 2 and PMP are actually the same and the synonymous kind of guidances, while it is not so. Prince 2 talks about what needs to be done by a project manager in a project, while PMP talks about how, right? So when you are new to a project delivery world, or maybe you have been doing projects ad hoc, but you really want to understand what are the guidances, what are the best practices, what is the workflow, what needs to be done after what can be done to enhance the probability of a successful delivery of a project. So what needs to be done by a project manager, what needs to be focused upon, what can be tailored, what cannot be tailored, all of this is talked about in Prince 2. So that is a good starting point for new project managers, or to have a base knowledge on what needs to be done. Then comes how. So PMP doesn't tell you that do this, after that do this, and this is what you have to do. PMP doesn't talk about that. PMP talks about the enormous, the extensive level of tools that exist, that have been derived, that have been devised with respect to project management. For example, you want to do estimation at an initial stage. So how can you ensure that you can do a good estimation? And the estimation could be for benefit, it could be for the budget, it could be for schedule, anything. So they would just give the tools, and which one needs to be used at what scenario, when, in what environment, that all lies on the wisdom of the project manager, right? So these two guidances are pretty different, and my recommendation is, if you're new, if you want to go with the basics, first do Prince 2 and then talk about PMP. Hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much.